Hi, I'm an old guy and I do maths, and the question today is how do you simplify this? What does it equal to when you work it all out? Well, the answer to how do you simplify this is you do it in parts and you do it carefully. It's not difficult, but it is going to take a little bit of work. Now, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to use the multiplication rule, which says that when you have a bracket with an item or items in the bracket, and that entire bracket is raised to a power, what you do is you take this power and you multiply this, this, and this. Now we're going to ignore the fact that this is fractional and that it's negative. We're going to ignore the fact that this is fractional. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to get this out of the bracket by multiplying through by negative 1/3. So negative 1/3 times 3 is negative 1. So 1/3 of 3 is 1, and this is negative, so it's negative 1. 2 times negative 1/3 is negative 2/3. And 1/3 times, negative 1/3 times 1/2, I'll just do this off to the side, 1/2 times negative 1/3 equals negative 1/6. You just multiply straight through, basic fraction work. So that is negative 1/6. Okay, now that's kind of an acceptable answer, but it's not as tidy as it could be, nor is it as simple as it could be. So now we can go to work. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to admit that we are probably going to have a fraction. I'm not sure. But I'm just going to rearrange this Sorry, that should be y. Now, what you'll have seen is that these two items have been moved and they are now the denominator, and this item has been moved and it's now the numerator. And all the negative signs have disappeared. If you want to get rid of a negative sign and you're dealing with a denominator, all you do is move the expression to the point where it's a numerator. You move it to the top of the fraction and the negative disappears. So I've just gone through a quick process of swapping the positions of everything, and we get this. Now, we can tidy this up. Y to the power of 1/6 divided by y to the power of 2/3. I'm just concentrating on this because this will just sit here. There's no x value here, so we've got nothing we can divide by. So we'll just leave that alone for the moment. We're just concentrating on working this out. So what we have is we have 1/6 minus 2/3. This is the division rule, which means that in order to divide these two things, what you do is you subtract this from that. So 1/6 minus 2/3 is the same as 1/6 minus 4/6, which equals negative 3/6, and that equals negative 1/2. So our power for y is negative 1/2, and that's as a numerator. So we have negative 1/2 over x to the power of 1. So let's just go through the process again so far. We've figured out what all of these are after we multiply that. We swap their positions because they're all negative. We work out what 1 over 6 minus 2 over 3 equals, and it is negative a half. And we place y back where it was up here, so we had 1 over 6 minus 2 over 3, negative a half up here. And we have x to the power of 1 underneath that. So, when we tidy this up, what we get is the following. X, which is x to the power of 1, y to the power of a half. We've moved this to a position as part of the denominator, and we just leave 1 up here, so that we have ourselves a fraction. Okay, well, thank you very much for watching. I hope you found this useful and interesting, and that it's helped you as you navigate your way through fractional and negative indices. Again, thanks for watching. If you found it useful, do subscribe. See you later. Bye.